slipped from behind and touched his robe. She was thinking to herself, if I can put a finger on his robe, I can get well. The woman, moment she did flow, and the blood dried up. She could feel the change and knew her plague was over and done with. Amen.
Amen.
You guys could be seated. After Jesus crossed over by the boat, and when Jairus came to him and said, Jesus, and fell to his knees as he begged, my dear daughter is at death's door. Death meaning it could be anything. You could be dead in your soul, in your spirit, and you're knocking at death's door, and he's saying, Jesus, can you be the one to heal her? And Jesus said, come, and laid hands on her, so she will get well and live. Jesus went with him, and the whole crowd tagging along, pushing. So they knew that this Jesus was the one that would be the one to heal. He knew that this Jesus would be the one to set free and deliver. So they pushed and they tagged along. And then there was a woman in a condition suffering for 12 years. And I don't know what your 12 years are that you have been suffering from. It could have been 12 years of depression, 12 years of oppression, 12 years you've been dealing with a certain condition that the doctors say that you can't get well. But I know that my Jesus, oh God, heals. And he's still the same Jesus yesterday as he was today and tomorrow. Jesus can never fail. So this woman came, and as she was going through the crowd, she had this condition, and she said, Jesus, I know if I could just touch the hem of your garment that I could be healed, and I know that you can save me. So she pushed and she pushed and she pushed, and as she got through the crowd, she saw and she touched, oh God, the little hem of his garment, and he said, who touched me? As he turned around. For he knew that virtue had gone out from him.
Yes.
So is your worship touching the hem of his garment today? Is your worship, are you coming behind the veil as this woman did? What are you pushing through today to get to the worship, to touch the hem of his garment? What are you pushing through? I don't care what's going on in your house. I don't care what you're going through, how you're feeling, what it is. But if you can push through, I know that he can heal you today. I know that you can come out of any situation that got you captive on today. If you could just break through in the worship. If you could just push as this woman did. He said for a long succession, physicians had treated her badly. They was treating her and taking all her money, leaving her worse off than before.
Yes.
So they took everything she had.
Minister.
Everything.
Yes,
Let him use you.
Have your joy been taken from you?
My God.
Has your peace been taken from you?
My God.
Well, how bad are you willing to push past in the worship to get it back?
Yes, that's it.
Speak, Holy Spirit.
I bet.
Push past. They was taking, and as the enemy is doing today, is robbing us Christians for our peace, our joy, our money. We have to tithe. That is worship as well. As you give your money, he will give it back onto you. Press down, shake it together, run it over, and give back onto your bosom. God can do it. And we believe that this woman believed. She had faith, and the faith that she had is what got her to that place.
Yes, God.
The faith that she had is what made her whole. Jesus is waiting for us. He wants to turn around and say, who was that who touched me?
Yeah.
Who was that? I felt virtue going out of me. Who was that who touched me? Was that you, Minister Sharon?
Come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus.
Was that you?
Come on, sis.
Miss Janaea?
Come on.
Was that you? Minister John that touched me?
Come on.
Amen.
Your worship.
This is good.
She was thinking to herself, if I can get a finger, just one finger. She wasn't trying to get her whole body wrapped up in it. Just one finger. All it takes is a mindset. If you push back that mindset and you can touch and come behind the veil, you can be healed on today. The moment of blood, in that moment, it dried up. Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
In one instant, it dried up. Do you believe God for everything in your life that has been taken for you to come back in just one instant? Just like that.
Yes.
Just like that, he can give you back your your marriage. Just like that, he can give you back that child. Just like that, he can give you back everything you desire, everything that you lost. Just like that. If you can just come and worship the King. Worship him on today. With your whole heart, worship him.
You better go ahead.
With your whole heart, the King desires for such to come and worship him like that on today. He desires for you to come and give him your whole heart, not lacking anything, not leaving anything behind, but coming in the worship with all that you are, dirty and all, it doesn't matter. You're a liar, who cares? Come and worship. You're a fornicator, who cares? Come and worship. You say, I'm drinking, God, I'm still smart. So what? Come and worship, you can be healed. Ain't nothing too hard for the God that we serve.
Bring it.
Come on, sis.
Worship him, he desires in spirit and in truth.
Yes, God.
There was a servant David. He was a man after God's own heart.
Yes.
David was a bad man.
Yes, he was.
He slept with Bathsheba,
Uh-huh. Did he?
the wife of Uriah,
My God.
and he set the whole thing up. He knew what he wanted.
Uh-huh.
He did.
He said, I want that one right there. Even though God gave him everything.
Yeah.
He said, her is the one that I want. What is it that you're chasing after today that God is saying, you can't have it, but you still want it?
Come on,
She said, God, I give you everything. God gave him everything that he wanted.
Yeah.
But he said, no, God, I want Bathsheba. And Bathsheba, and he set it up as where he got Uriah killed
Yes, he did.
so that he can have Bathsheba.
Yes, he did.
And summoned her up to the palace after that and slept with her. And later she got pregnant.
Yep.
He tried to hide the sin afterwards.
Right.
What are you trying to hide from God that he can still see?
Wow.
And it's in the heart.
He sees that too.
Everything. We think once we leave these doors, God can't see.
Yes.
Oh, he could see. So as David was planning all of this, God was looking and just watching him like, David, I see you.
That's right.
And David was plotting and planning, plotting and planning, plotting and planning. But when it came all down to it, God sent Nathan. And when Nathan approached David with the facts of what he had done, David decided to confess the truth. And in Psalms 51 is where David confessed it and poured it out.
Yeah.
So if you go into Psalms 51, I'll be reading in the Message. Generous in love, God give grace. Huge in mercy wiped out my bad record. Scrub away my guilt. Soak out my sin in your laundry. I know how bad I've been. My sins are staring me down. You're the one I violated, and you've seen it all, seen the full extent of my evil. You have all the facts before you. Whatever you decide before me is fair, God. I've been out of step with you for a long time. So David knew that he was out of the presence of God for a very long time. In the wrong sense before I was born, what you after is true from what you're after is true from the inside out. Enter me, then conceive a new true life. Soak me in your laundry and I'll come out clean. Scrub me and I'll have a snow white life. Tune me into the foot taping song. Set these once broken bones to dancing. Don't look too close for blemishes. Give me a clean bill of health.
Yes.
God, make me a fresh start in me.
Yes.
Is that our desire today?
Fresh start.
Creating me a clean heart, God, and renew within me a steadfast spirit. God said, he said, bring back the great exile. Put a fresh wind in my sails. Give me a job teaching rebels your ways so the lost can find their way home. commute my death sentence, God, my salvation, God, and I'll sing anthems to your life-giving ways. Unbutton my lips, dear God, and I'll let loose your praise.
Yes, my God.
So in this, he was pouring out.
Yeah.
David, after he was confronted, his heart, must have been in shame and guilt after what he had done.
Right.
And he poured out his heart before God. So whatever it is that we're going through, or whatever it is that you feel like you can't be upfront with God, just be upfront with him, as David did here, and he'll make and create in you a clean heart
Yes, God.
and put a new spirit in you. So Father,